ìrírí lẹ́sẹ̀ tó bá ti dé àti airport gan kò tẹ̀ ní láti bá wọn ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́. Ìyá ẹ̀ tó bá ti fi àjẹ́ mi báyìí kí ló fẹ́ ràn sí lọ́wọ́.
So kò sí future ní music Nigeria ní level jùjú àti Fuji.
Ẹni tó bá fẹ́ kí àwọn tó ń bá wọn ṣe kó máa sá lọ, first think about the future.
Kò sóhun tó dàbí àlàáfíà àtìlera tó péye o. Ilé-iṣẹ́ ẹ̀kọ́ ògùn AB Daniel Phytomedicine Limited fi ṣe àgbéjáde onírúurú ògùn fún ìtọ́jú oríṣiríṣi àìlera àti èyíkéyìí àìsàn tó lè máa da àgọ́ ara ọmọnìyàn láàmú. Àgbà bitters làkànṣe gbòógì tó ń dènà rọpárọsẹ̀ stroke, àìṣedéédé ẹ̀dọ̀ tó lè ṣe okùnfà hepatitis tó sì ń jẹ́ kí gbogbo oríkèéríkèé ara àtẹ̀yìn dídùn dohun ìgbàgbé. Cleanse ló máa ń fọ ìdọ̀tí àti gbogbo gẹ̀dẹ̀gẹ̀dẹ̀ tó sodo ságọ́ ara. Agbára àgbà manpower ló máa ń rú àwọn ọkùnrin lágbára láti lè máa tàbí elépé lórí ibùsùn pẹ̀lú àwọn ìyàwó wọn. Cardiovac ń tiẹ̀ ló máa ń dènà ẹ̀jẹ̀ ríru, hypertension àti àwọn ọ̀rá àbáàdì lágọ̀ ara ẹni. Egbògi diabetic ló máa ń dènà ìtọ̀ ṣúgà tó sì máa ń kóniyọ nínú àpọ̀jù ṣúgà nínú ẹ̀jẹ̀ ara ẹni. Paríparí rẹ̀ tún ní àgbà rheumatism and osteoporosis tó máa ń kóniyọ nínú àìsàn aromọléegun àti nira tó lè máa débáni ní gbogbo ìṣẹ́kù ara. Iléeṣẹ́ AB Daniel Phytomedicine Limited ló ṣe àgbéjáde àwọn egbògi wọ̀nyí jáde ní ìlànà ti ìgbàlódé fún ìlera àti ìtọ́jú tó péye fún gbogbo mùtúmùwà. Láti lè ra èyí tẹ́ ẹ bá ń fẹ́, ẹ kàn sí wọn ní Àgbàlẹ̀tù house Ososami Ring Road Ìbàdàn tàbí kẹ́ ẹ pè 08154062605. AB Daniel Phytomedicine ló ní àlàáfíà tó péye làá fi jẹ̀gbádùn ọ̀rọ̀ ẹni.
Ẹ kú dédé àsìkò yìí, ẹ ṣé tí ẹ tún darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Inú mi dùn láti wà pẹ̀lú àlejò mi lórí Àgbàlẹ̀tù lẹ́ni. Mo ti bá wọn sọ̀rọ̀ nígbà tí wọ́n wà ní Amẹ́ríkà àti tó ti lé lọ́dún kan báyìí tí mi ò bá ṣe mistake. But lẹ́ni mo lórí ọ̀fẹ́ àti ìjókòó pẹ̀lú wọn. Orúkọ wọn ni Leon Majek. Gbogbo nta sọ ń gbà yẹn àtúntò gbogbo ẹ̀ sọ. But focus wa lẹ́ni òun ni láti gbọ́ nípa ìrírí wọn. Ẹ̀gbọ́n mi Leon Majek àwọn ni àlejò mi, ẹ káàbọ̀ láti òkè òkun Amẹ́ríkà.
Ẹ ṣé gan.
Ẹ̀dẹ̀ mo kẹ́ máa ń follow àwọn interviews tá à ń ṣe.
Bẹ́ẹ̀ni.
Briefly, ẹ já sọ̀rọ̀ nípa background yín. Ọmọ Benin Republic ni.
Yeah.
Ẹ lè sọ Yorùbá dáadáa.
Màá try.
Ẹ try.
Ọmọ Àjàṣẹ́ ni mí tí wọ́n ń pè ní Porto Novo. Orúkọ yẹn ó wá látọ̀dọ̀ àwọn tí wọ́n ń pè ní Aguda nígbà yẹn. Àwọn ni Portuguese. Ní Porto Novo, which means Porto tuntun. Novo is new.
Newport. Okay.
Àwọn náà lè ní capital wọn tí wọ́n ń pè ní Porto nígbà yẹn. Nísìnyí is called Lisbon. So ibẹ̀ ni wọ́n gbé bí wa. Orúkọ tí wọ́n fún mi nígbà yẹn ni Leon. Ligan máa ń jẹ́ kó dùn mí. Because of lineage wa wá láti Abẹ́òkúta side.
Abẹ́òkúta rẹ̀ ti lọ sí.
Nígbà yẹn kò sí border. Ogun State and Porto Novo, Badagry, all those areas were one. So around 1960 or before 1960 ni àwọn French lásì méjì wọ́n pè bẹ́ẹ̀ ní Republic of Dahomey, which is Benin now. So the other side in Ogun State, then we were cut off. So, but it is the same Anongo. I remember my father used to call Yoruba Anongo in that time. So we are just a mix, this thing. But Eko ni mo gbé dàgbà. 1975.
But ẹgbẹ́ ní Porto Novo dé.
But àti kékeré. Yeah. Ọ̀rọ̀ mi dàbí ti Julie King.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's very similar.
So brother and you Julie King last year.
Even though I can't remember if we met, but through interview, mo rí pé similarity.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Ṣé Celestial ní Porto Novo?
I think I would say I was born into Celestial.
Yeah.
Okay. We didn't know the difference, whether you are Kerubu, Celestial, Protestant, we were just born over there.
Okay.
And the leader of, SBJ Oshofa, our father, was a very good friend of my father. In fact, yeah, I was there last week. Mo take some video. Mo money on plan, money on ilé. Mo dẹ̀ ní receipts tí wọ́n fi talẹ̀ fún Baba Oshofa.
Ó ṣe wà lọ́wọ́ yín.
Ó wà níbí.
Nínú yàrá yìí.
Ó wà ní yàrá yìí.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
So ṣé ní Celestial ní Porto Novo ni ẹ ti fall in love pẹ̀lú music ni?
me fall in love with music. Me tell me people watch music like you. There's something I'm playing Kaleta.
Okay, Kaleta music.
Kaleta is a masquerade. So pé àwọn ọmọ kéékèèké fi December from house to house. I was one of the leaders. Say Mama Joe, Lulu, Kaleta. But later in life, more guitar. My first guitar, I was 10 years old. Maybe. Portnovo Motira. It's a plastic toy. Timora. But me, I play. So I was self-taught, trying to do whatever I want until I went to Nigeria. But Modeko, money problem, spiritual things, this thing. You come from where, the root of Celestia, and you say you don't want, then be much far you see Celestia. Yeah. I was the first person to play acoustic guitar at Celestial Church of Christ, Onike Parish. Okay. The first name, something like that. So along the line, by playing this acoustic guitar, Mr. Oduole, one of the sponsors by one person in instrumental church, then I became the lead guitar player. Then we formed a group. The rest is a story. Even Boro was coming there back and forth to give us encouragement.
But Boro to Wani
Makoko. From UIA. It's 5 minutes. Just walk through the bush and you are there. Okay. So, but we were very close. So Boro was always around to encourage us. So, that's how we were the guitarist in church here. But my hero that time was Alaba.
Who is Alaba?
Alaba was the brother to the twins of Makoko Paris, who played trombone and trumpet. I think so. Okay. Alaba, I think he passed away almost 20 years ago, maybe 15. He was the hero, a great guitar player. So he was the one that really, it's more like play the way he plays up to today. Only okay. Same father, same mother. He must be the next one to.
That's Idowu.
Yes. Yeah. So Alaba, you can see Idowu, Alaba, Taiwo. So you can see they're all brothers.
So trumpeters are metaphor.
All of them.
But the point, Idowu Ogunbamowo became the best trumpeter in Nigeria.
Exactly. Yeah. During that time, yes, I remember. He was so good. But Abone also was, up there.
Abone no anymore. So Abone no lunje Idowu.
Oh yeah. Abone ni. Uno mawasi CCC Onike.
Alias Abone ni Idowu.
Oh yeah, I thought okay. Yeah.
All right. So it's your record around Pelu Celestia and Gugutan. I bet you bound your record.
Actually, album con. In fact, money record in New York.
Okay.
That was the first time to my studio. Mr. Oduole, he has a son who was our brother called Benga Oduole. So we went to studio and had the first album. That's my first feel. This house studio is, and that was the record. But later, so many people before Sonny Ade. I can't remember those ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
So after Celestial.
Yeah.
Were you playing music or maybe schooling or something around time there?
Yeah, I was a French teacher.
Okay, I think teach.
Yeah, I'm on teaching in Sakatimbo High School near Agege.
Okay.
Lagos City College near Yaba area. Then later, during the time of Jakande, we were moved to Oyingbo, Ibutementa area. Then it was called Okeodo High School. Okay. You went to teach. Before I went to Makurdi, Boko, to continue teaching. But I have to run back again to Lagos when I was beaten by snake.
Oh, ni Makurdi,
ni Boko, government secondary school, Boko. Okay. GSS something. So me moshi padà sí Èkó nìyẹn. Lẹ́yìn I was teaching then, playing at the same time until I joined Sonny Ade.
Okay. So that means Sonny Ade was the first secular band that joined?
Yes. Let me see. Yeah, join. Yeah. But I play with this guy with beard. Oliver the Coke, but not for two. So
She play pẹ̀lú album kankan pẹ̀lú Oliver.
No album at all. Everything was live. Live in a restaurant at Dekunle area.
Okay.
That was the first time I really played with the band, but I didn't travel with him. I didn't go to studio with him.
For how long left you play with Oliver?
I will go to 3 months.
But for those 3 months, share not taking experience with Oliver.
Very good. Moronti, the first payment was not Oluni Mutala, no?
20 naira.
20 naira, no. It should be Macaulay. Okay. 1 naira.
About Macaulay.
100 local for me. I didn't want to spend it because it was so brand new. I remember, and he was a great guy. I don't know him, I don't know how Bojima interact with our band member, but I didn't see anything wrong with him because he invited me somewhere in Bariga, it's his house.
Báwo náà ṣe mọ̀ yín or báwo lẹ ṣe mọ̀ wọ́n tẹ́tí?
The only 2 people playing. So when they had break money, sir, I see one guitar there. That's nobody. You say, I know Wale ni.
Wọ́n lẹ ti béèrè.
I went to him. I didn't know he was popular. I didn't even know his name. I said, I'm only sir. But I just thought he's an Igbo guy playing Ikpokri because that restaurant, there were a lot of Igbo community coming there. So I went to him. I said, this guitar is idle. I've been watching you. Wow. He said, that guy, maybe they sack him or he's no longer there. Can you play guitar? Money? Yes. Okay. During that break, without plugging up, I was playing with him. He said, you got good thing. Hey, can you play with us something? Yeah, money, yes. So every Thursday he has a show, so I go there to play with him for about a few months, maybe 3 months. That was it. I don't know much about him
until you left. I got popular.
Me tell who he was. I didn't know.
Oliver was great too.
I didn't know him at all until when he came to America.
Okay.
In 1991, 92. Okay. Only brother come to Jordan to okay. In Texas. Again, most of them, you're the guy, I think he died. He passed away. And that's all I know about him. But I believe I played with him and he paid me well.
He paid you well for those 3
those 3 months. In fact, weekly, he was paying me. It was once a week. So he paid me so well. That's all I know.
Now, aside from Oliver, who else did you play with?
Oliver, everything else is religious, which I can't remember.
Religious.
Celestial.
So how did you get to meet KSA?
Well, CCC Onike. I shall Paris sing around 3:00 or 3-4. Nimumbo music from the window of the choir to window. I thought if somebody was playing record, but the music was going down, up and down. I said, this must be live. You see the crowd. The street was called Joseph Harrison Street. Too many people wondering, but who is this? This is Sonny Ade. I couldn't believe my eye. Music that's Sonny Ade. So without hesitating, walk crowd here, but they won't let me go to him. His bodyguard, everybody was running after me. They didn't want me to come close, but I tried to come to him. But he saw that somebody come beyond you. Me from Ajashe, me guitar, me play guitar, me if you only. So I went back and he talked to me and said, hang around. Okay. That was it. Then every time we play, he will look to make sure I'm there because somebody with that kind of audacity. At the same time, I know that Sonata was popular because my father used to play it. But I didn't know that it was simple. It's simply simple. Like really, in the street, I didn't know that, in the party or something like that. So along the line, one Paris music, a show. And he asked me to come to Bariga. The same day I got there, I gave him a cassette. Lori cassette, she arrangement juju music tele. Okay. One of the songs was Modeo Baba Mo Shop. Yeah, all those things were later. So I handed that cassette to him in Bariga. And he asked me to hang around, not to go home. So I remember mo jẹ àmàlà dáadáa níjọ́ yẹn.
Bàbá màmá wọn lè ń jẹ yẹn.
Yeah, ìyàwó wọn bẹ̀. Màmá wọn wà bẹ̀.
Okay.
Yes. I think she was the cook. I mean, she was cooking for everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, she was not that, old that time. But I was so glad. Wow, Sonny Ade invited me. King Sonny Ade, invited me. And I'm going to sleep over. And I ate. And I drank. And the bed they gave me was water bed. At that time, Magboke, water bed. He gave to her. I said, wow. Then I was so happy. The next day, when I invite one to sack from, they had a problem in Japan at that time.
Yeah, well, and so 85, I'll be 84. It should be, what's the problem in Japan, 84?
Only year time.
So maybe they were recruiting other people around 85.
Yeah, that's after John sack everybody. He let me join. So that time, Jonah was living in that house. Okay. That means he probably didn't go to Japan with them. Yeah. But a small group of the same band came. Some of them came to apologize. Okay. And me.
Ṣé rántí àwọn tí wọ́n wá apologize lọ́dọ̀ rẹ̀?
Mo rántí àwọn tí mo rí enjoy. Mo rí Jalili was there.
Jalili Lawa.
Yeah. Baba tó ń play Shekere.
Gani?
No, Shekere.
Shekere.
No, how do you call that song? Maracas. I think he was the leader at that time. You remember him? His name? He played the double. He has been the same guy for years. For years. Even to the time he left. Okay. They call him manager. He's very cool, black, smallish guy.
Tunde manager.
Tunde manager, something like that. Yeah, he was there. What's his name? Don't play Shekere.
That's Gani.
Gani was there. But don't play Hawaiian. He was a guitarist, but
that's Abiodun Fatoke.
Abiodun Fatoke was there. There were about 7 people.
So I was baby pada.
But I wasn't there.
Okay.
I was in my room. Then one invited me. KSA want me to be around.
Michael Babalola, to the manager.
Michael Babalola, yeah. So they gave me a seat far away, and everybody was looking at me. So they thought I was a journalist. Kowa join.
Okay.
Yeah. Kosimera.
Bobo hearing.
But really, he was not there at all.
Okay.
I never met him.
Okay.
So he was not even supposed to be there because he's one of the guy that were sacked or they were told not to come. I don't know. But it's a small group of 7 or 9 people. So so they were rehearsing with just one guitar and one small amp. It's a small gathering. So I was watching. It's like later that I learned that the reason why there was a problem somewhere in Japan, and so I said, "Oh, I'm lucky to be one of the new guy." Then along the line, Jonah told me that maybe they want me to be in the band. But because he didn't tell me directly. So I hung around for a few days. I don't know, maybe a week. During that week, I was told to come to Jibu area. What's the name of that?
Aria.
Aria. Yeah. So that's how I saw another group again.
Different from
some of them. Okay. It was a mix, about 12 people. So maybe the band was being put together again. Okay. Yeah. So again, I was told to observe. That's the time I heard my song coming up, and they were rehearsing it. Jonah was there.
I mean, the songs that you put on cassette.
On the cassette, there were 3 of them, but one was used.
That's
Yeah. Jonah played that. He did it so well. I remember. So that's the beginning. I didn't know me more whether I was a member. Or maybe I was a journalist they thought I was. Or maybe...
Who thought you were a journalist?
Yeah. Everyone they were talking about, maybe it was okay for me because I didn't know that it was dangerous for me. Maybe it was it was done that way for them not to know who I was. Okay. And not knowing who I was, because later I was walking through the danger field. Me more.
That's a valley of the shadow of death.
A serious one. Me more. So, but along the line, mo gbọ́ pé mo rí man kan yẹn ló gbọ́ orin wa. Mo gbọ́ pé ó ti kú nísìn. I can't remember his name. He's a very good composer and singer. He has his band, but he was not doing that well. Mo gbọ́ pé he's one of the guys who bring 50% of Sunny Ade's songs. Okay. Yeah, but I can't remember his name. So they were working on his song, and it was so nice. But when it got to mine, I said, they're going to use this. Mm-hmm. The next thing, I got ní studio, ní Bariga area, Akoka. That studio. Recording studio, the only one that was so popular. You know now, you talk about Deka ló wọ́n jẹ́. Abúlé Ọjà. Yeah, that's where we met. Okay. Again, for recording. That's how everything just unfolded.
Did you play album to the recording?
Yeah, mo play not live, not while it was being recorded. Yeah.
Overdub, abi?
Mo overdub. Wọ́n jẹ́ kí everybody lọ, no?
Kí ni album yẹn?
The first one, If You're Not My Dear, I Get Destiny, or wọ́n ṣe parí Sweet Banana, or something like that. There was an album that was done before I got there. Then I was told to play on each of them. Some of them were not accepted because there were too many guitarists. Yeah, but me rántí album yẹn.
Ṣé bá 1001 yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀?
Yes, 1000. Lẹ́yìn tí mo record tèmi ní 1001 wọ́n á ṣe tiẹ̀. So we were not there at the same time.
Ṣẹ́gun Ìlọrin ńkọ́?
Yeah, wọ́n ṣe the live one with the whole band.
Okay.
Like they play on stage. Bí wọ́n ṣe recording. But lẹ́yìn yẹn ni gbogbo wọn lọ. Ó wá kó èmi àti engineer.
Okay.
Àti KSA àti manager kan. Okay. Nobody from the band was they were told to all leave. Because my recording was not done while they were there.
Now, ṣé wọ́n clean gbogbo nǹkan tí Ṣẹ́gun Ìlọrin record?
Yeah, wọ́n mute gbogbo ẹ̀. Mi lè sọ pé wọ́n clean it, but I know it was muted in a way that.
Ìgbà tó jáde, ṣé èyí tẹ́ play ló bá jáde, àbí èyí tí Ṣẹ́gun Ìlọrin play?
Nígbà tó jáde, it's like 50-50.
Okay, wọ́n yọ àwọn kan, wọ́n fa àwọn kan.
In some area, máa gbọ́ ti Ṣẹ́gun, nígbà míì in mine, but it looked like Ṣẹ́gun didn't know that much. Okay. Because he couldn't differentiate at that time. Otherwise, I would have known that, But people told me that it was done in a way that every guitarist will be shared. I didn't know that there was a political thing going on.
Then what about 1001 Yanko?
Lẹ́yìn tí mo ṣe to me, you want to 1001. So I didn't see him, he didn't see me.
Okay.
So just like he didn't see me, but he knew later.
Okay, but wà wẹ́ pé wà deliberate. Wọ́n mọ̀ plan at best. Kí ẹ má pàdé.
Later ni mo mọ̀. Mi gbọ́ mi mọ̀ modus operandus wọn nígbà yẹn. Mi mọ̀ bí wọ́n ṣe. Mi dẹ̀ mọ̀ pé there was rancor. I didn't know there was fighting. I was just naive.
Ṣé kò kí n ṣe Destiny ni album tó fẹ́ràn sí?
Ó lè jẹ́ Destiny. Jẹ́ òun náà. The reason why when we were doing the rehearsal, I was sitting next to KSA. Okay. Yeah, I think he beckoned to me to come near, and he said, "Kí ni title orin náà ni wọ́n ní Destination." So when we were playing it, mo ní Destination, mo sọ fún wọn pé Destination is not the right title for this song. It is Destiny, because àyànmọ́ or future. Destination is ibi tí Olúwa ń lọ, but destiny is something that cannot be changed. Can never be changed. And nobody knew the reason why it was changed from Destination to Destiny. It's because I told him. I remember that very well, vividly.
All right.
Yeah.
As of point 30 record album, kí ni status in your band? Were you now convinced that as the band member, àbí studio recording, be Jonah Williams? Because Jonah Williams for about 2 years or even 3 years, he was not playing with the band on stage. He was only contributing in albums. Yeah, the same thing.
That something will tell you, you are a member, but at the back of my head, there's political something going on, or maybe or maybe not. But I was contented to just be part of any tomba KSH because money job, I have my job. I was still teaching.
Okay.
Yeah. So weekend, Nicola play you, especially Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
The man lost his show.
Man lost his show. But because I can change the timetable of my student. I want me by any Friday. Monday, any Monday. So go affect me.
Okay.
And the principal of the school understand me very well. That it was very good. So like you asked a question. See, in that band, there are 3 categories. The closest one to the band, to KSA. Then the second class, we were the 3rd class. Jonah, anytime I need it, but most of the time, me won't play live.
Okay.
It's a studio thing.
But you
have to be there.
Live,
yeah. You are there for many reasons. In case they need you, or in case Tianikon Bawa, or Tianikon Shedada, you look at the bag and say, like I am. So you have to keep playing. It's the same thing with Fela, or multiple musicians in one place. So when you don't come, somebody is there so that
we reserve Bodowa.
Time for guitar, we will be more about 3-4 again standing there. But you keep having your salary. It's not but just to let you know that you are a member of the band. So later on, we being there was good for the continuity of the band because it's like motto so something like that looked challenging. But I didn't know because I was so naive. The fact that people play, it was okay for me. It was salary or no salary. But later I get something was wrong.
Now, how many records like play with African beats?
4.
4.
And if you go to Discog, you see all the 4 albums there. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
4 albums like play with King Sonny Ade.
Yeah, but many songs.
You what?
So many songs.
So many songs.
Yeah, but 4 albums.
Arrangements and go. 4 arrangement. 4 albums and only.
No, me arrange everything. I just arrange the one that I brought to him.
Okay.
Then I gave some ideas. Giving an idea is also different than arrangement. Usually I want to arrange, don't even get that. Don't get that credit. Okay. So there's no need to arrange anything. It is always going to come back to the leader of the band that, that's how it works in those days. Which is contrary to America, like you said. You wanted to know.
Yeah, we're coming there.
Yeah, we're coming back to that.
Now, I still want to get a few things correctly, but from your experience, anyway, band, African beat sets, the play. So, I'm going to share the scene, African band, African beat, to was spiritual. I want you to move any insight. I want to share to was spiritual. Despite the fact that you are a 3rd tier member. You are not a tier 1 member.
Okay. Number 1 now, it'll take some time for member of the band, Latin Mofe, I was one of them. Or I was one of the people to go and play in this studio. It'll take a long time though. But I remember one of them came to me and said, sure, Banto Ayi, Manfara, Majek, what you are doing. So, more money, Kini. Even I was warned also by KSA at the beginning, right from beginning.
KSA warned you.
He warned me at the studio.
Cannot be alone. But I warn you.
I'll pay first thing to want you pay. Take care of yourself spiritually. You are at a war zone. Then later I'm in war zone. That war zone was competition.
Okay.
Learning musicians. Okay. But me, were deep there because as a member of Celestia and ever present choir member, me will very anything more just like that, naive, me bury anything. Me tell anybody can do anything to me. It took me a long time. I was really affected. So I'm going to share launching the first album here. I think it was at Aria. I had a lady from Benin Republic who was, into clothing. Most of them, Bamishe, Agbada, all this in Coco, KSAC. I want to present to King Sunny Ade. And I gave it to him, he accepted it. He didn't use it on that day, but he used it for another time. So I was there when everything was going. Then the people were pointing at me. But I was happy. They finally know that I'm the one. I didn't know that it was the other way. Yeah. So along the line, first, money, something like malaria. And there's no big deal. Malaria is malaria. But the is like when you multiply by 100, you know how you feel when you have one malaria. Then I was like, out of this world. Mama lagun arami oni chicken, especially Friday, Saturday. Anytime somebody watch, we going to show.
Okay. Because Ojo show. There was a plan where
there
was show. Okay.
Yeah,
there was the Monday.
Even Timbafe Warami soon. Was Warami sound.
Okay.
Ni joy I can do it. The only thing I have to do in the pay Kinta ball show. Timbafe ball, I will be okay.
Whatever to watch your band.
Malaria time hundreds. You just hit you. Then you will be shivering.
Whatever the ball.
But within few minutes, you are okay. But me will take understand. Iju Road. Could you see record this area? Karaole Estate. Okay. That's language. But my wife, may her soul rest in peace. Something's wrong with you. Tobati wash or money. So my decide me wash or lati lemo. So mamu dani. Don't me making war because me sick. But there was a time I was in Jebu. Money everybody must wear it. But yet I was not taking it. Me believe. I would believe that nobody can do me for some reason. So Ojo Emo wash on daily. That was it. Me lady demo. Me telebo. So I was in the bed. So on the right in bed the other side is furniture because it's a self-contained place. But I was completely paralyzed. Something is happening around me, but me lady day. She was a nurse. So before God and man, I saw Mori Aja on the Olugbo. How many you were yara by Olugbo at Aja Nishan Wanja. But I could not do anything.
Everyone physically
100%. But I was paralyzed. Me say anything. Like me tell I don't know how I can explain. But Aja and long bijami.
Okay.
Don't suffer or look way, don't try not to stop it. Anytime that cat
and Fela
so Aja man break money until they all left the room. When they left the room, I was able to just to stand up a little, then back again. And before God and man, I saw a very tiny lady, very dark complexion. Two sorrow from nose, then to disappear. Also, something that I cannot understand. It's like spiritual word. We are one portfolio. I don't know. So at that time, more did they entirely more like old people. Then more she like I saw the woman check on the right side. Most people should do right more disappear. But if between disappear, there is another celestial church in very not far from there, from a man from Port Novo. So I was looking there. I still Tuari, I see everything. Then I went down and said, "Shelly, gbàdúrà for me." One mommy, no problem. Bí wọ́n ṣe gbàdúrà for me, ni wọ́n rí pé something was not right on my chest. Which opened and be actually quarry coming from my body. Cowrie. I show you that. Maybe later you can take a picture of it.
Okay.
That yẹn ṣì wà níbí.
Tọ́ntì wọ́n yọ nínú ara yín.
Wọ́n yọ báyìí tó jáde báyìí pẹ̀lẹ́ jẹ. Cowrie is supposed to be white. But eléyìí ó wà dark brown. I don't know. But máa ń gbà.
Mark yẹn dẹ̀ ṣì wà láyà yín.
Ó ṣì wà láyà.
Wọ́n ti pẹ̀ fi hàn mi but maybe we can.
I'll take a picture later. You will see it. Ó sì ní kí ni bí i small bullet hole, you know. So mo ní
mo bí Cowrie ṣe wọlé.
Mi tẹ mo bó ṣe wọlé but mo bó ṣe jáde máa yẹn. Celestial ni máa yẹn egun ní church yẹn wà ní you know a slopey area ṣá. You can see the church from up.
Okay.
You know. Máa gbọ́ pé máa yẹn wà tó ń gbàdúrà fún yẹn. But that day the first day lẹ́yìn tí mo rí obìnrin sack you know mo débẹ̀. Lẹ́yìn yẹn mo padà lọlé. Tó gbàdúrà fún mi. I was 50-50 okay because even this time around láì wọ ọṣọ yẹn I was sick already. No matter what I do it's like pé you know ó ti ṣẹlẹ̀ kind of thing. So ìyàwó mi bá dé ó ṣe dé báyìí ó ní kí ló ṣe ẹ́ ó sick man I'm going to call KSA I'm going to kíákíá ni wọ́n lọ sí hospital wọn ó ti pé KSA but ẹlòmíì ló gbé aago and I remember what she said ẹ má pa ọkọ mi o ẹ má pa ọkọ mi o what's happening now kíní kan adakẹ treat ẹ o kíní kan she was invited to Jibo and by KSA. I think he gave her some money for treatment so they took me to Ikeja General Hospital something like where she was working. So but I wasn't feeling good. So I was forced to go to Port Novo. Ibẹ̀ ni wọ́n ti máa gbàdúrà, you know, mo ṣe iṣẹ́ gan, green water, oríṣiríṣi, you know, then I was okay. So at that time, money, mi bá wọn ṣe mọ́, I can't do it anymore. Mi tẹ padà lọ mọ́, up to today. So, but kàkà bẹ́ẹ̀, money, let me try Fela.
Now, before, kẹ́tọ́ lọ sọ́dọ̀ Fela.
Yeah.
Around how many years ago pẹ̀lú KSA?
Since he released, I think he released 1 or 2 albums a year, maybe something like or more. I don't know. It might be 4 years or more.
Ṣé ẹ wá mẹ́gbà tó ń ṣe ayọ̀ ọ̀run sọ̀kalẹ̀ wá olúwa ṣe the child.
The child. Mo wà mẹ́. Mo rántí the child.
Ẹ play mbẹ.
Mo play.
So ṣé a lè sọ pé ẹ ṣe bí 4 albums 4 years lọ́dọ̀ wọn.
At least 4 years. That's why I said if there's 1 album a year, that means I spent 4 years.
Now 4 years yẹn ṣé a lè sọ pé sick for about 2 years àbí kò tó bẹ́ẹ̀?
No, kò tẹ̀ tó 3 months.
Kò tó 3 months.
Yeah, because that was the last time after the last album ni mo sick, and that's the time mo decide pé mi bá wọn ṣe.
Ìgbà tẹ́ lọ sí ibole lọ tẹ́ ti lọ gba Àjàṣẹ́.
Ibẹ̀ ni mo ti lọ gba.
Ìbò táná sọ pé ó ṣe iṣẹ́ yẹn.
Wọ́n kàn ní àwọn ẹgbẹ́ wọ́n pinpoint àwọn ẹgbẹ́ inú ẹgbẹ́ tí wọ́n elaborate. Wọ́n tẹ̀ ti ṣiṣẹ́ lẹ́kìn tó lẹ́rẹ̀.
Ta ló ń jẹ́ ṣé kí n dárúkọ Ṣẹ́gun Ṣóbáyọ̀?
Mo orúkọ yẹn bọ̀ mi rántí ẹ̀ náà.
Okay, mo gbọ́ pé èèyàn kan wà around the time tẹ́ wà ń bẹ̀ yẹn tí òun náà tí somebody ẹnìkan run ẹni ẹ̀ mad.
Ṣé náà ní nickname ṣá?
Mi mọ̀.
Ṣé guitarist ni?
Maybe.
Mo gbọ́ pé guitarist kan wọnú igbó lọ tí wọ́n á rí mọ́. Mi wàá mọ̀.
Máa tó jẹ́.
Mi mọ̀ ẹ̀ náà. Mo tún gbọ́ pé one guitarist was affected, but I don't know him very well. But there was one guy, something Mamona or something.
Santa Mamula.
Something like that. I met him there also, or he met me there. He was a great guitar player. Very good.
What I want now.
It's stable. Yeah, mo rántí pé he's a good guitarist and he doesn't talk much. It's like me and them good guitarist until one day I saw him play. I said, "Wow, this guy is great, man."
Now, why do you think African beats of King Sunny Ade was or is like that? So ẹ pé war zone ni bí KSA fúnra wọn gbọ́ ṣe put there.
Okay, ṣe mo pé bí mo ṣe bá wọn ṣe náà ni mo bá Fela ṣe. So mo rí differences, mo tún rí some similarities. Nǹkan tí mo rí ni pé insecurity. You see, I'm the leader of the band. gbogbo ala mọ the position of Oga in society. Oga is always there, and he always going to fight for his position. One can that's why many people decide to pay. Okay, that's only. But how many of them make it after they left? So we have to think about that. The second thing, once Tebari first class, second, and third class in a society, the imbalance is always going to be there. There are always going to be fight or something. So, offer one different territory one in a way that nobody should be my Oga, since I pay me no longer, which makes sense to me. That time, it's not the same thing abroad because we share credit. Everybody's more credited from beginning. You know how much you're going to get. You know your future. You know to retire, you will get something, sha. But it is unfortunate that see in ban in Nigeria. Maybe in other places in Africa, but just not in Nigeria, for instance. So one different territory, you want to behave there. I think so.
So guitarist. Guitarist me wole. Won't protect and don't play.
Exactly.
So not go diabolical.
One go diabolical for many reasons. For success.
Okay.
Too much travel. People are dead. They are good, but they were not allowed to travel. What do you expect them to do? They will go and do something. In my own case, the first travel to Timbaonche, one Sheraton Hotel. Ibẹ̀ láti jẹun ta sùn bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́jú. The next day or 2 days from now, we are going to travel. We are going to European tour. So everybody, if you are not there, then you are not going. If they don't invite you to Sheraton Hotel, bá wọn lọ nìyẹn. So nígbà tí wọ́n invite me, mo ti ń lọ nìyẹn. Mo fi iṣẹ́ teaching, mo fi lẹ̀, mo tọrọ àyè for 3 months. I'm not going to be here. So, but unfortunately, in Badadebe, one for hotel room, everything was fine. But the next day, maybe 2 days after, one year around, one come in the airport, one fi wale ni, one apogon.
So, àwọn tí wọ́n fẹ́ lọ ti mọ́ra wọn.
Wọ́n ti mọ́ra wọn tẹ́lẹ̀.
So, wọ́n pera wọn.
Wọ́n pera wọn.
So, ẹ̀yin tó kọ ẹ̀ mọ̀ gan.
Mo ifá ní yàrá, mo bá ẹnìkan wá yàrá mi tó yẹ kó travel, but wọ́n wá jí ni wọ́n á sọ fún pé mo kàn jí ni mi ò rí máa yẹn, mo ní kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀? Wọ́n ti dé London, newspapers everywhere pé Sonia, KSA is playing, I'm wondering, wow. As you were in the hotel. So later, okay, your days are over, you have to leave. We were about 9 people. Mo rántí pé this guy bá wọn lọ, a pè ní Agbamọ́lẹ̀ làwọn pè gbogbo ẹ̀. Kingsley ló kọ ẹ̀.
Kingsley Arase.
Ó bá wọn lọ. But èmi àti ẹ̀ la sùn ní room kan náà, and he was one of the third class nígbà yẹn. But ó bá wọn lọ. Òun gan bóyá pé ó ti mọ̀, but kò sọ fún mi. Yeah, now ojú wọn tì mí, báwo ni mo máa padà lọ sí school. So mo lọ sí Ọbalẹ́ndé, mo ní girlfriend kan, mo kàn lọ scratch pẹ̀lú ẹ̀. Ẹni tí mo sọ fún mi pé ṣó ṣe aṣọ yẹn. Ibẹ̀ ó ní má worry, darling, you will be fine. Ó pé ẹnìkan ní America àti Italy, ẹ bá mi ra aṣọ báyìí wá. Nígbà tí àwọn dé báyìí, tèmi náà wọ̀ tí mi báyìí. Ṣé òun náà lọ? Wọ́n 3 months ni mo fi wá ń ta ní wọ́n ní Ọbalẹ́ndé. Because from there, mi lè padà lọ sí school mọ́. Ìròyìn ti lọ pé, pé bàbá ti travel. So bí wọ́n ṣe mo ti gbọ́ pé Sunny Adé báyìí, boom, èmi náà wọ aṣọ tó dá wọn kó wọ school ni. Mo tún wọ sí àríyá, wọ́n wò wọ́n pé, eléyìí náà travel ni. Ìkan ní ó lọ sí America náà, wọ́n ní, at least, wọ́n bò mí láṣìírí. So that's what happened.
All right, so after before you move to sort of Fela.
Yeah.
Pẹ̀lú pé jẹ́ third tier or tier 3
third
class musician, lè put a bit lọ́dọ̀ KSA.
Yeah.
Were you paid well by the standard of tier 3?
Okay, I'm going to share anyway. The first, after show, the money I realized, one thing, maybe by 2. One goes to KSA, one goes to the band.
tó bá yẹ pé
But
100,000 lẹ́pa
100,000.
so 50k máa lọ sọ́dọ̀.
Ó likely kó jẹ́ 50k ó dẹ̀ máa jẹ́ rẹ̀ because wọ́n ti máa yọ owó instrument kan owó kìíní kan engineer. I see them fighting over money but I never interfere. Okay. Yeah, because not only that I'm getting paid as a teacher already, so I didn't know how they spend it, but at the end of the day somebody either J Lily or somebody will come and say Thierry, Amy, Arase, Ati, Jonah ni Namabu last. So whatever they give me, whether it's a 10 naira or 15 naira or 20 naira, I can't remember. I won't say it's well paid. The well paid one is first and second. I won't go you. Me, the more how much is it? I don't know how they did it. But momo pay on level in your low, but you have to be on stage to make more money. Every bound stage down only once in a while. The very first one, Timo Bound on stage gongon. I'll play ni Ìjẹ̀bú Igbó. I parí ní around 10 o'clock láàárọ̀. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ní 2 o'clock. Ká pàdé ní Row Park or Park Row wọ́n pè bẹ̀. Row Park. Níbi swimming pool kan wáyé. There was cinema house very close to that place. I like Alagomoji, something like that. There was a big show on that day. It must start 2 p.m. Ọjọ́ yẹn, wọ́n fẹ́ pé Ṣẹ́gun Ìlọrin Òòṣà kò wá because it was difficult to come to that show. Many people make it because they know that it is duty to be there. So 2 o'clock, 3, 4, I better show. From 4 to 7, 3 hours in a row, Ṣẹ́gun will play. The guitar was hanging there. But mo wà ní corner tí mo wò, but kí ẹ ṣe òun mo kí mo wà mẹ́. Later, I realized pé Ṣẹ́gun kọ̀ wọ́n ní kò wá. Bàbá yìí kọ̀ wọ́n ní Majek kọ̀ wọ́n ní wà wọ́n ní conversation. That was the picture, black and white picture. Okay. That was the first day. So they read me anywhere with that camera in those days. So I always make sure that I have everything. So bí mo ṣe bá wọn play for the first time live in the
stage.
Yeah. But after 3 hours later, Ṣẹ́gun dé. But ẹ̀wọ̀n àmọ̀ pé ó ti dé. Mo kàn wí pé ẹnìkan bá mi lẹ́sẹ̀ pé kí n bọ́lẹ̀. So mo yọ guitar mo fẹ́ fún Sunny Aliwo in my own. No. Continue. Ṣẹ́gun. Yeah. So bí mo ṣe di tó bá wọn ṣe. So for the whole few months or days,
I want playing stage.
Mo kàn wá study. So yeah, I believe that lẹ́yìn ni
incident
ṣẹlẹ̀.
Ṣé attribute sí incident yẹn?
I can, maybe not. But nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi tó bá jẹ́ spiritual and tó yẹ pé ó dẹ̀ máa ń ṣẹlẹ̀ sí àwọn míì gbà kan, I will say that he might know about it or somebody else was helping him to get rid of me. Because the most important thing is that I should not be alone in the band, because playing live and playing something different. And KSA is very, very musically talented in a way that he like, how do you call it? New stuff. He doesn't want to dwell in the same, you can see how everything changed. If you know that you're a great bass player. I brought a bass player, a half-caste guy. I forgot his name. Very good bass player. I want to to back up bass like something. That guy who play bass.
Okay, don't play with slap bass, right?
Slap bass. Yeah. Exactly. Edward, Eddie, something like that. Eddie something. In Momoa, because I'm actually session in studio. More invited. So innovation. So it cares like innovation, brand new thing, something. So he needed us for those things, but we were not good on our live shows like others because I want to acquire the way Juju work.
Okay, you better in the studio.
I'm better in the studio. Okay. But on stage, unless they play, we can only play. How do you call it? Theater or show live. How do you call that? They play on man that much. Okay. These people are so good on that. In fact, the way they play is different. But when you want something new like Jimi Hendrix, blues, jazz, we seriously like also sometimes. We are the people. So we were studio people,
Okay.
But playing live within that 3 months, more master all those the way they do it, and I didn't feel like coming down again until I got sick. So
now, recently, we should interview confirm members African Beats.
Yeah.
And they actually came to me and they demanded or they requested for an interview.
Okay.
And they belong to classes of ages of African Beats.
Okay.
One did about 10 years.
Okay.
Now somebody joined in 78.
78?
Yeah, somebody joined in 78. So one alarm until one disband.
Yeah.
So lára nǹkan tí wọ́n sọ, wọ́n ní pé KSA ò kí ń appreciate ingenuity. For example, nísìnyí ẹ wà lórí stage, ẹ wá play nǹkan tuntun. Or ẹ kàn play normally. Nǹkan táwọn sọ wọ́n ní pé KSA máa wá bá ẹni ẹ pé play bí mo ṣe fẹ́, ìwọ kọ́ ni KSA. Ṣó ṣẹlẹ̀ nígbà tí yín?
Kò ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi, but mo gbọ́ pé ó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí some people.
Nígbà yẹn náà.
Mo gbọ́, but kò ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi because èmi àti KSA ò ní problem kankan rí nípa recording. Nígbà míì, when he look back and he wanted me to play, so if I'm playing too much, he will look me, that means ó ti pọ̀ jù, then màá tún, so mo understand this thing.
The body language.
Yeah, but mo mọ̀ pé sometimes he dances and go to other and talk to them. And you can see in their face that they got some message. It might be bad message, but they pretend and laugh, you know. But I don't know what's
going
on.
So wọ́n ṣẹlẹ̀ nígbà yẹn náà.
Ó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ bó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi, but ó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí máa gbọ́ máa rí.
Because in a way, pẹ̀lú nǹkan tí àwọn èèyàn yẹn wá sọ, èèyàn máa wò pé ṣáwọn nǹkan wọ̀nyí lè jẹ́ òótọ́ ṣá. Fún àpẹẹrẹ wọ́n ní wọ́n máa ń ṣépè fún àwọn. Then nígbà míì wọ́n ní pé wọ́n sọ pé ìwọ ṣé gìtá ni lágbájá ń play yẹn pé tó bá yẹ wà lọ́wọ́ ní gìtá mi wà. Something like divide
something like that.
Rule. Yeah.
Before I even got on stage, máa ń gbọ́ láàrin wọn, wọ́n máa ń sọ. But as a person to play live pẹ̀lú me, what's going on? Mo kàn mọ̀ pé only talking drum, talk to each other. They talk, sir, and guitarist. One thing, mo rántí one note, which is over, yeah.
Okay.
Magboyen, but I didn't know. But you know, I thought they were playing. I didn't know that it was serious. But after the show, they come and start blaming, you know, talking about KSA. I don't like Bashibu, because they didn't want people to know. There's a system to boo yayon.
Okay.
Adapt me to understand how things were working. Like I said, I was so naive that later, and through your interviews, I got to know so many things.
Okay.
Even though I was there. You know, it is unlike, it's not the same thing like Fela, you know, it's face to face. Everything is bam, bam, bam. It is on the spot. Everything is open. There's no, and don't but they only play Fela, anybody to the touch you. Only bouillon, only so you can do anything you want. Just don't touch.
Okay.
Once you touch, no matter that joy, right? Need 5 o'clock now, or back, you know, ATM, yeah, I'm telling you.
So, how did he join Fela from KSA?
The same way, Noni, at the junction, bad things about Fela.
Bad things.
Bad things, hooliganism, one mugbo, one checking, don't go there. So, at the bottom of the day, massive area and make him grab it. Even if I come close, my look back with me, I just don't want to look at the house. Okay. That's how terrified I was. But on that very day, let's go to Kulos. So if I can work with KSA, let me try this man now. There was a donkey. There was barbed wire everywhere. There was some half naked, you know, clad women everywhere because giving a bit more, I don't think I'm supposed to do something like that. Igbo, everything, you shame me. So, most women, but when hey, who are you? What do you want? Say you want any say about Obasanjo or somebody. I mean, what are you doing here? Money, so mo can saw you me at English kekere money. Hey, me, I just airport. No, me guitar player. I'm good. I want to play Fela. Only you get any fella. Ó ní ta ló play fún tẹ́lẹ̀? Mo ní I play for Case SA, mo play for. Ó ní don't even say it when you go there because they won't take you because we don't play juju music here. Mo ní I'm not here to play juju. I can play this thing. Wọ́n ní no. But ẹnìkan wà ń bẹ̀ tó ní kí wọ́n fi mí lẹ̀ kí n má wọlé kí n dúró ń ta for some time. Then obìnrin kan tí wọ́n ń pè ní Ṣadé ó wà New York lọ́wọ́ báyìí. One of the people tó bá wọn travel ní 33 years ago. Only wait. Fela will not see you today unless early morning 3 o'clock láàárọ̀. Wọ́n sùn lọ́wọ́ báyìí. Can you hang around? Mo ní yes, bí wọ́n ṣe jókòó ni. But mo dẹ̀ dúró di 3 or 4 láàárọ̀, then mo gbọ́ sax. Mo ní bàbá ti jí. Ní bàbá kan wá pè mí pé kí n wá sókè. I think I send you the excerpts from my books to saw my meeting with Fela. So bí wọ́n ṣe fún mi ní audition yẹn, and you will see the picture, one picture I took on the day of the interview. I still have it. So bí wọ́n ṣe interview fún mi.
Ta ló ṣe interview fún mi?
Fela fúnra ẹ̀.
Báwo lẹ ṣe meet ẹ? Báwo lẹ ṣe sọ pé Fela lẹ fẹ́ rí?
Okay, ẹnìkan tó bá wọn sọ náà. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ti sọ everything fún. Bí mo ṣe wọlé báyìí, ó wù mí wọ́n ní. He was wearing just pata. There were a lot of girls, women everywhere. Me, it's wrong because eruku eti pọ̀jù. Mo do when everything settled, mo ní bàbá náà rè. Ó ní why? Taniye, who are you, Mr. Man? What did you do here? Mo ní sir. Oh, don't call me sir. Fela ni ó call me. Man pè mí ní sir kẹ́. Mo ní okay. Mo ní so mo gbọ́ pé you are a guitarist from King Sunny Ade. We don't play juju here. We play African music, jazz, or money. I know, money. But what made you think that you can play for me? That's the first question. Before I even answer on my game, so they were, I would look at them. They were naked. Let me tell you, I think she's from Wasaba. Later, look at, I was looking up. So I didn't know what to do. When you look down, look out, later, one big guitar rusty, you can't even play. This tune, So he asked me to tune it and play any song that I know about Fela. I'll play Shakara, I'll play Lady, I'll play open now and close you, all those stuff. Also from light complexion, slim. I think we should get this guy. Tell him to come to. It was a Tuesday. Yeah. Say, tell him to come to ladies' night. Let's see what's going to happen. You get in the device and you see the body, you see the me tell you, I was so shy. Okay, about me. Say you could come to Shrine. Do you know Shrine? Money, yes, sir. Money, yes, ma. Only man, don't call me ma. Just say yes. Money, yes. They were controlling me. Money, and from fry pan to fire, and I became So that night, more lost Shrine. There was one guy who was misbehaving. He was not getting it right. Ni Fela ni Bobo Celestica yenda. Celestica. Yeah, because they told him that I was from Celestia and I was from King Sunny Ade. So yellow film boom in join on stage to play. Where's that Celestica guy? That Sunny Ade boy.
Celestica
in English Celestica also. So I remember you see the crowd. It is ladies' night and it was free. So it was full house. I come remember saying, baby. Sunny Ade, Fela ni come up, what about money?
Just the same night.
Just night. I don't know the song. But later, it is called Akuna Kuna, Senior Brother of Parambulator. That's the name of the song. So then he said, just give me guitar. I think the guitar was called Jones. From Calabar, I believe. So the guy just came down and they said, hey, find him. Because Babani, I find my boy Joe. Just you come here and Celestica. So I went up. I was shaking like this. So I want me to want me the money. How am I going to do this now? I did lost piano. One play note. How it should go? Also key. Me, I couldn't get the key. I didn't know where I was. You know, only, yeah, this is the key. Only, okay. Well, play with me. I was feeling at the first time, one play, wrong thing, only relax.
That's Fela.
Yeah, only relax, you know. So I was shaking because I was being taught in front of the full crowd. Because my play enjoy it and they want to show me. All eyes were on me. Even on girls, don't enjoy me. They look at me. In fact, that was the biggest test for me. It's bigger than paying Moloba only. So along the line, I will take about 1 to 2 minutes. I won't get it. Only, yeah, keep it like that. Only shakere. People should play. I think something like that. That's the tune. Something like that. Shakere then love. Only, yeah, Polo Gigi. Everything was going shakere. Money, yeah. If I stop the beat, that's where I stop everybody. Oh, hello, Oju, Padawa. I can see that he was getting the money. Yeah. Timba say wrong note over Moshani. Oh, then do me because I'm not used to tenor kind of playing all those things. Well, with Sonny, I was playing lead guitar solo thing, but it was too much money. I was praying, pay other people should just join in so that the rest there can more pay. You run for 5 good minutes. Baba can you only if I want more. How it gets the rhythm? Bushi. But I only go. Evidently, I'm immediately behind him. In every picture, anything, I'm always, I'm there. I'm always there. Because they gave me tenor guitar or just like Bob Murray, kind of thing. So along the line, everything was fine. Oh, my best in be sure you should worry about me. Work music by. There was a spirit that caught me. Spirit church. Cele or
Celestica.
Celestica. So it's like musical. About it with the ceremony. Music. With all
I'm going to enjoy it.
I think enjoy more lagging money. Yes, money more calling more pass. Kalakuta University more. Wow. Unlike the other one, you know, can say you bring out ideas. Idea. Keep it to yourself. Nobody bring idea with Fela.
Fela has his idea.
100%. Nobody had the same no contribution. Tomorrow, the big hell of you. What do you know? Me, anybody. To Fela. Let's add this note today. The only guy who tried it, he did it in America and was sacked right away. Just like that when they asked him to go because he was also preaching Bible to 5 Fela on that day. Oh, we were in the city called Utah. Onikobole. No, she learned later I'm in New York. You know, some preach, you know, all those things. Then they deported me.
Oh,
Fela, you know, I know, say so that's the be you know experience me in Sherry.
That's the
join it. I play every note, every day, every show, 4 times a week. Tuesday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We have Sunday jump. So the Malo Church, Matusapada, boom. After the play Saturday morning. Then the next Monday, I'm going to teach. I was Mondabi giver anyway. I was so lean, you know, because I was hardworking. I'm still up to now. You know, Mokowa, you know. This is the first time to need a small break. I'm telling you.
But we see, okay, can you relationship in Fela with the musicians that join a lot of Fela?
Lot of Fela, you have no choice than to collaborate with everybody. There's no division. They give you the numbers to play. Fela won't play you four songs a night long.
Yeah.
So that be play hundreds of songs, like can I say, you know the song already. When is your time to play? You know that this is the title you want to play. Or ball from the other person.
Okay.
You know, so we interchange. In fact, Toba will like to play the whole number, I can do it. Toba then will like to say, okay, I don't want to play. Can you do it? He will do it. So there was no competition. The only thing to play, there were more musicians for each instrument. That means that any kind of bar, you know, ṣe dáadáa, ó ń lọ nìyẹn. But àwa náà tún need the same thing pé a fẹ́ travel. It's the same thing. Traveling yẹn, ibẹ̀ ló ti máa make more money because òyìnbó ló ń pay long. But wọn lè gbá ẹ lójú easily. Though it can still happen. All you have to do is just falsify the paper and say, like, then you won't know. But many people want to travel to see how abroad is and if possible after you know, continue your life, leave the plantation, you know, even go back. Yeah. So me ni problem pẹ̀lú wọn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Band wo lẹ play fún tí wọ́n ti falsify payment document or payment voucher yín tí wọ́n change ẹ̀?
Mi ò sínú band yẹn nígbà yẹn, but mo gbọ́ pé that's what happened.
Band wo ṣe ti Fela ni?
Ti KSA.
Oh, okay.
I was told.
Okay.
But àwọn tí wọ́n sack nígbà yẹn, àwọn ló ń sọ jáde pé something happened in Japan.
Okay.
Pé wọ́n fún wọn ní contract and the contract was photocopied and the money was changed. The amount was changed. You won't comment more, but it didn't happen to me directly.
But
yeah.
Bá KSA travel rárá.
Mi ò bá wọn lọ abroad rárá.
Abroad.
Yeah, because that was the opportunity that was missed.
Okay.
Yeah, but lẹ́yìn yẹn, instead kí n bá wọn ṣe mo lọ sọ Shina Peter.
But Fela came before Shina Peter.
Yeah, Fela came before Shina Peter. The reason why I left Fela for Shina Peter, Fela was jailed, so we couldn't play with him.
Okay, now still on Fela now.
Yeah.
Ìgbà wo lẹ kọ́ bá Fela travel?
1989.
That was the first.
First, yeah, 89, 90.
Now
and 91.
Shows mẹ́rin tẹ́ máa ń play per week.
Yeah.
Ṣé máa ń wà, ṣé salary lẹ wà àbí per show lẹ ń gbowó?
Salary ni. Every Friday night or Saturday night. You get your brown envelope. Everybody needs salary here.
So that's weekly?
Weekly.
Okay.
I was on 30 naira a month. A week.
Okay.
Monthly is 30. They will write 30. They will write your name. Envelope ní àwọn ìhòòhò ètò ẹ̀kọ́ wa máa rí owó yẹn brown envelope. Orúkọ ti wà lẹ́wọ̀n. Lẹ́yìn tá a bá play by 4, 5, you are going home. Just go to Mr. Emeka and he will give you this thing. It's constant because stop it.
Okay.
It's constantly, and Fela would then come and let on stage, you know. So we couldn't get more than what we have.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you think it's better for musicians to get salary or come up paying 50%, 50%?
Can't pay 50% and can get credit depending on what they do. Like in most bands in America. Right now, all my collaboration with everybody is 50-50. If I get 10,000, I'll have to get 5,000. No matter what more you need.
As a band leader?
Not only as band leader, as credit also. As a session man, as a studio team, everything you do, any contract, there's always a contract. Even if there's no contract, it is common sense. Pé bó ṣe yẹ kó rí nìyẹn. Tẹ́ bá pé mẹ́ta, ẹ máa gba 33. 1% is nothing. Wọ́n lè fi sí anything anymore. But tẹ́ bá jẹ́ méjì ní ìwọ, like me in a band, máa gba 50, band yẹn á gba 50. Because mo contribute, mo write gbogbo orin àti arrangement. But tẹ́ wọ́n máa invite me, pé wọ́n ti ṣe nǹkan wọn lẹ̀ kí n wá, then wọ́n lè decide which percentage. And it's always going to be on contract. Money contract tó yẹ pé I can't even read them. There are too many in my room. I don't know which one is why.
In America.
In America.
But in Nigeria, I'm to play because the contract.
Me tell me there's something called contract. Boya lack of awareness or education towards how music work. Look for me more. Like I said, many of us after bar on Gulu play. I mean, you know, that was the reason of your so me more anything. I never. But I'm thankful that KSA gave me my credit. The credits, not in form of money, but in form of payment, like bye-bye. Yeah. You know, but in the case of money, percentage in everywhere, even in America.
Now, if band Fela, was there any complaints from any quarters at any point in time? You pay salary to your Bakiri?
Yeah. It is based on because of a fine. There's a lot of fine there. So what you about that?
Lots of fines.
A lot of fine.
Wọ́n ń lo ẹ̀ náà láti fi dín owó kù àbí?
Iye náà ni, that's the key. Okay, like this, mo ń gba 30 naira. Tí n bá ṣe mistake, wọ́n lè ní 5 naira less, so màá gba 25.
Irú mistake wo? Bí kẹ́ máa wà rẹ̀.
Pé orin change pẹ̀lú wọn tó yẹ pé gap wà pé wọ́n mọ̀ pé ìwọ ló ṣe mistake.
Okay. Àbẹ̀yàn miss note ẹ̀.
To bá miss note many times maybe, but first time Fela has good ear. Wọ́n mọ̀ pé something wrong, you know. Máa warn ẹ, or just by looking at you, you know. But mi ò ní irú experience pẹ̀lú wọn rárá because I'm always simple and dedicated to do my work. But many people man ṣe mistake, especially àwọn moti, àwọn tó bá ti yó, àwọn drummers kan wà tí wọ́n pé so Fela has 2 or 3 drummers, then nǹkan máa yó ṣá, something is always wrong. Ẹnìkan máa yó, tí ó bá yó ní ti gbó, ó lè jẹ́ ti drug pàápàá, or maybe ọtí. Okay. Fela would like drug at all. To be frank, he is
cocaine.
Okay. If they get you, they will lock you up somewhere in cage, like
cage
you are man. Okay, ní Kalakuta man. But one lock àwọn kan bẹ́ẹ̀ tí mo rí, you know, one them man know. They will try to cure you. I think he has a doctor brother. They will help you, but that time they were taking something called Bana or something like that. So they were really out of this world. The Fela were encouraging him.
She won't serve me in Igbo.
Every time, but me there for Okori. But Madele, you be Bomogoni because Bobo Efiyan. The Madele Yawani, Bura Kwe, Mani Mo. One book I know money, only stage everybody. So after show, Mosari Loli, me Obama, and he took call me breaking the Mubugo. Only Alaba, the guitarist, but you know, he maybe so rest in peace. Yeah, I didn't take it like, you know, it's part of this thing. But he told me, if you smoke it, you will be fine. You will be even the best guitarist. But it's secret on one, yeah. So more people but me, because music is drug already, so I don't need drug. Me musica, me all those stuff, nothing at all up till now.
So, country will go back Fela lo.
I lost Belgium. I lost Scandinavian, Belgium, Holland, and it's a 3 countries. One visa for Benelux. Okay. Yeah, Luxembourg.
And that was the first time.
The first time.
Came out in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So what was the experience like?
Wow, it was great. It was the crowd alone, the people, the exchange of music, the recognition. You know, I cannot just compare that much because KSA was also on top, and he was on top. The only thing that the music-wise, the genre of music is a little bit different, but it was nice. I wanted to keep playing with him, but at that time we have to come back. The second time we went more airport. That was it. I think 1991. La ṣe lọ sí America, North America, everywhere. That was the last time Mama she. And that time he was very sick. Even back by the wagon, couldn't make any sense because after that he passed away.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nígbà tí ẹ dé láti Belgium àti àwọn area tẹ́ lọ, wọ́n jail Fela. Wọ́n jail Fela. So ẹ wá láti ṣe wá lọ join Shina Peters as a band member.
Mo lọ join as a band member. Nígbà yẹn.
Ta ló mú yín dọ́dọ̀ Shina Peters?
Mo lọ fúnra mi. Bí wọ́n ṣe débẹ̀ ráyè mo ní mo rí ẹnì kan.
Ilé ilẹ̀ lọ àbí show?
Ilé wọn ò jìnnà sí ilé tèmi.
Okay.
Because Iju road náà ní gbogbo ẹ̀. The record is on the more opposite record is. But if you go all the way down, maybe to the left, you find his house. I think something like that. Reason tí mo fẹ́ lọ pé iwájú ilé mi ni gbogbo àwọn instrument kọjá, you know, he has a huge, as me tell you, any musician to
instrument.
It is just too much. Those truck were just going one guy, can't tell more and don't give it. That time, I didn't know the difference between Shina Peter and there were 2 at that time.
Shina
Adewale. So I don't know who is the Adewale or Shina Moko is the band. So I thought that was the band. Or somebody. The instruments were outside. there was tarpaulin everywhere. Money. Can you do this?
It's more brother tell before then.
Me, mom, even more.
Okay.
So Monday, money. Tarpaulin, money. Star ni wọ́n pè wọ́n. Money. Àtàwọn tó jẹ́ star. Money. Ṣé Adékúnlé kìíní kan wọ́n ní no. Mo débẹ̀ mo rí my money. He was so polite. Yes, sir.
That's Shina Peter.
Yeah. I'm a guitarist with Fela, but Fela is in jail. I want to play with. Only Joko. There was a lady called Sammy.
So that's his wife.
Yeah. The reception was great. The next day, mo wá sí rehearsal. But one thing came and play guitar. He play keyboard. So it was called DS7. So I played it. Then he was playing guitar. There was another guy, a Togolese, but you won't know he's from Togo. Great guitar player too. But he passed away. So we played something quickly. Then Ben Monti, get how the kind of music. I thought I was playing juju with Fuji kind of stuff at that time. So everything was fine. Then a week after, I invite Femi or Jetunde. Money, you got to come here. You want to come and play keyboard, play guitar, because he didn't let me play guitar at all.
Okay, so in Lemon Femi or Jetunde was
yes,
okay. Was that before the release of Ace or after Ace?
Before the album of Tijani.
Ace and Tijani.
We rehearsed them. We knew them, but when I wanted to record.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not playing because Stadium Hotel. And our big guys, man, no go or $10 or something like that. There were so many hippies, guys. How do you call them? Hip guys, and we were making a lot of money. In fact, the best salary as a musician, Timo Ningba was from Shino Peter.
The best salary. The
best salary, because whether you get your salary or not, you're still going to be okay. Because our guys, young guys, they will come to you and put money in your pocket. Sometimes pounds and dollars. Sometimes I confess everybody, I'm fishing gums. I'm back. Most of us, I went to America with money in my pocket. I love dollars, pounds, everything, Canadian dollar. With him, what she mean that, but me more after I left, I don't know what happened, because different experience learning. Yeah. All I know is that he's hot-tempered sometimes he won't listen to you, sometimes he will listen to you. When he came to Canada, we were together, we went to take picture together, we played together, In fact, I have picture in Ottawa, Toronto, so many places. So,
kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀ tí wọ́n fi yọ̀gò sí?
Yeah, nǹkan tó jẹ́ wípé I should rehearsal for that Ace or one of the albums.
Or maybe Shilomania.
Ó lè jẹ́ Shilomania. I should rehearsal lọ́wọ́. Ojetunde and I were pivotal to putting the arrangement together. How the song goes, everything.
Jelili lawa wa mẹ́mà ẹ̀.
Táwọn jẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀.
Jelili.
Yeah, no. Jelili ò sí mẹ́.
Okay.
Me ìpàdé mẹ́ra. See a lot of Fela. Yeah. So everything was fine. The rehearsal was good. We came up with great idea. In fact, Femi Ojetunde was really good in some of the arrangement to make it. But a day before Kato lost his studio, and he wanted to introduce producers. This is the producer, from the band BLO.
Uncle Laulu.
Yeah, that's it. Where he's going to be the producer. At that time, I didn't know the meaning of producer. Arranger, people can arrange and be arranger, but producer, I wasn't getting that term.
Okay.
I didn't even know I was producing.
Okay, maybe that was Ace, because Uncle Laulu started from Ace.
Ace, only Ace, So, but at this studio, the same studio, that's alright, Decca. Everything was fine. There were a lot of bottles of beer, especially Gulda and Hap, all over. I want to everything was fine. But when we were doing the actual recording, he was playing a different thing. I'm talking about Star. He was playing a different thing. So I think Femi told me that brother Leon, arrangement yàtọ̀. Money kò yàtọ̀. I went to start money. Wow, I didn't know that he's going to be angry at me. So he was furious. He looked at me and said, "Ṣé wọ́n ló ní band?" You know, ewu ni tiẹ̀ mẹ́. Ṣé wọ́n ló ní band? Money, I didn't say that. Money nǹkan tá rehearse call and play. Ṣé wọ́n ló ní bó ṣe fọ́ go nìyẹn? Gulda, this is Gulda. Mo dẹ̀ dìde mo ní, I don't do dem ma lọ. Ali also stood up. Femi, Ojetunde, he stood up and they all came outside. Wow, wọ́n ní kí a máa ṣe. Mo ní mi ò bá ń ṣe. Ilé mi ò tẹ̀ jẹun síbẹ̀. Oníkẹ́ni mo ń gbé. 666 Koya, that's my bed. I'm just going. Mo lè rìn láti bẹ̀rẹ̀ débẹ̀. Àwọn yẹn bẹ̀ mí títí mi ò ní mi ní lọ. Then the engineer also came out and said I should come back. Otherwise, lack Deniro. So mo padà wá, but mi fẹ́ wọlé, but my mind something told me pé kí n máa ṣe. So bí mo ṣe fi wọn lẹ̀ mi bá wọn ṣe yòókù mọ́. That's how everything went.
Ṣé ẹgbẹ́ wọn fún yín credit lórí Ace?
Mi lè rántí mi tẹ̀lé album mi up to today. I don't think so. Otherwise it will be on Google and Mari.
Okay.
I'm not expected to have it because the way.
How many albums did I play for you?
Talking about album, I'm not sure. I can't remember. But I can remember songs only. I don't know which song became album later.
Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Did he apologize? Nígbà tí àwọn tó kù tán ń bẹ̀yìn àbí nǹkan.
Mo gbọ́ pé ó apologize. Lákàdé ní ọ̀sán pé he didn't like what happened. But no apology. Even when we met, maybe he forgot. I didn't tell him. But when we met, only Majek, Karuni camera. Oh yeah, picture. That's what he told. So I my phone for a camera to be on. So we have pictures together. But I didn't think it is wise for me to say, I shall not think Koteshi for me last time. Maybe he forgot. Maybe it is for the moment, anger, excitement. I don't know. He didn't hate me, but I know that it happened. Yeah,
So, ó mean pé ká ní pé nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ ò ṣẹlẹ̀. Ẹ bá wọn padà sọ́dọ̀ Fela because you were making money.
Má padà lọ́dọ̀ Fela. I will go back. I was there, professor, just to keep me playing. But bóyá mo lè má padà lọ because of that money. Because the money was good, yeah. Maybe 50-50.
Money is the root of
the money was good. Money was good. But I was not thinking that he might travel a lot. Mi rò pé wọ́n máa travel bẹ́ẹ̀ bí ti Fela. Fela is
but eventually SSP travel gan.
Mo tún pàdé gbogbo Ọlọ́run àti àlè everybody. A pàdé in 1991, 92 yẹn. Mo tún bá wọn ya picture èmi àti star. Ya mo rántí wọ́n wọ bùbá tí wọ́n talking. Tèmi náà mọ̀ tèmi tó ẹgbẹ́ àjọ ya. Yes. That means if maybe I was with him, I could be there. Okay. But he actually didn't want me on guitar for some reason. But keyboard, he wanted me on keyboard. Yeah. Then tí mo fẹ́ kúrò, mo mú bọ̀bọ̀ kan wá. He's a guitarist from Sonny Okoson band. Okay. Yeah, he's from Ghana. Ó bá wọn ṣe, òun náà bá wọn wá sọ̀rọ̀. But òun náà, he left the plantation also.
All right. So, ẹ wá padà sọ́dọ̀ Fela.
Wọ́n padà sọ́dọ̀ Fela. Then everything was fine. Bí a ṣe lọ sí America in 1991, that was the last time.
Ṣé gbogbo band ló bọ́lẹ̀ lẹ́yìn Fela?
No.
Ẹ̀yin mélòó lẹ bọ́lẹ̀?
I told 9 or 12. Because
why tẹ ṣe bọ́lẹ̀?
I can say for me, it is because he was sick, very sick. He was so sick that I didn't think he would make it.
Yeah.
So why should I go back with him? And he won't be anymore. So
was it the same sickness that's culminated to his death?
Exactly. That time it was serious. He couldn't play all the 4 songs anymore. We were playing 1 or 2. So because he was so tired and you could see blood coming out of his body.
Blood?
Yeah, blood. We could see blood on stage, because he was really sick. I don't know where the blood was coming from, but we know that he was sick. And see, at the same time, one of the reasons we were not paid. For only 1 or 2 weeks, not for in 3 months. So, and there was no hotel room for anybody. Only anywhere. Our fans
in
America. Our fans that were telling were Americans. Two of them were doctors. One in Harlem, one invited one because they came to the show at Apollo Theater. We played twice. So I don't know how they knew. I say, if you guys don't have a place to stay, hey, tell you what, from there we were doing tours. Out of maybe 90 shows, we didn't even do 30. Not only he was sick, but we were getting to places very late. On show me or work. It was a disaster.
What
thought but our lost Celestia.
Okay.
Parishes. Yeah, he's all everywhere. So Mama was you are on your faith, you know. Our girls especially one salo.
Passport, passport.
One sees passport. Oh, the passport I show you. The only way you can see your passport to one airport, to go one because one do the other side. The moment you go but in my own case, multiple visa, America. Multiple Kinto gba mi Fela ló fún mi ní passport here pẹ̀lú visa, but money visa at the passport. So the team money long at Italy, so many things because I was working at Fast Travel. At the same time, Timon Tish, I was working at Allen Avenue Fast Travel. So I have ways to get visa for people in Dubai. So in money visa for me. Any kind of something Fela pay money visa. Ni Fela ni o ti plan láti sá tẹ́lẹ̀ ni àbẹ́ money no problem. But mo travel pẹ̀lú 2 passport pẹ̀lú visa ni but me load the other one. So nígbà tí wọ́n gba passport lọ́wọ́ mi lọ́wọ́ mo kàn within 1 month mo load the other one padà wálé. So wọ́n rí mi wọ́n ní wọ́n ti deport bàbá yìí kí ni ló ń bọ̀ wọ́n mọ̀ pé mo ní the other ní mo fi padà again. So not only I left the plantation, I have a second thing that I can use to go back.
2 questions.
Yeah.
Lord of Fela.
Yeah.
Ṣé òótọ́ ni pé ẹ máa ń ṣe àwọn rituals kan?
Àbí wọ́n.
Gbogbo yín lẹ́jọ́ wà ń bẹ̀ náà.
Mi ò bá wọn ṣe.
But wọ́n ṣe lójú yín.
Dáadáa. In fact, wọ́n accuse mi pé why tí mi ṣe pé máa sá lọ.
Kí ni àwọn rituals yẹn? Báwo náà ṣe ń ṣe?
Number 1 náà, ritual méjì ni. The first one ni ti shrine. Mi ò rí nínú fídíò ni mo ti rí because tí n bá ti gbọ́ kókókókókó èmi ọmọ ṣẹlẹ̀ tó yẹ pé Saturday ni Sunday àárọ̀ mo ń lọ sí church. I didn't want to see mo ti jáde síta. Mama gbọ́ music láti ta but mo mọ̀ pé there is palm wine, there is òróró àti kìnìún wọ́n fẹ́ pé chicken live. I think so. Yeah, kò ṣẹlẹ̀ lójú mi but mo rí ní fídíò. But like I said, bó ṣe ń ṣẹlẹ̀ ni mo ti yọrùn mo ti dúró níta. Ṣé òun náà ni?
Fela náà.
Òun náà ni. I think there's another guy from Ghana mi ìrántí orúkọ ẹ̀.
Tó jẹ́ priest.
Because mi ò rí face by but mo wà ń tà mo máa ń gbọ́ music mo máa ń gbọ́ incantations. Tí wọ́n bá ti ṣe tó bá tún gbọ́ kókókókó ó mi pé ó ti tán nìyẹn màá tún sáré padà wá sórí stage. So that's the first ritual. The second one ni pé tí a bá fẹ́ travel wọ́n máa mú kílókọ ẹ̀ ògùrọ̀ ní calabash àti àwọn some things inside that I didn't see because I was far from them. I was like here and they were there. And then everybody will go and drink and pledge allegiance, something like that. To him that they will not run away.
Báwo ṣe máa ń sọ?
Broken, they just say what they want.
So eventually, so pidgin.
It's like me, I don't go run, or me, I go stay. Me, I day for you. Some kind of things like that. Okay. But when those things were happening, me at Bobokon, Timon Penny, Victor is a bass player. Who I like by me. Then this guy, a guitarist called Jones, Wambe. But one will like, why tell because they will not invite you. You have to stand other people in their own church. Me did it. So everybody, even Victor went. Everybody, KG, who is now a pastor, everyone went there. Then Mojoko, Fela with my only Mr. Majek. I know say you go run. I know say you go drop. I was not afraid because money visa, money passport. As they go, because it's take care it will come along way. You have to get ready for sense, you know. So money, I'm going with you to play, and you will find out that I will be the most loyal to you. Oh my gosh, anyway, they were done when I get burger, I might get McDonald's, you know, everything. Everything's fine. So then I say, okay, everybody meet around to at the airport. I feel like at the airport. At the I may not travel with them on that day, but I have something on my own. I may not travel that day, but I can just buy my own ticket and go. After all, most send on Ghana, especially Ghanaians, also Japan, mostly Germany. At that time, as a traveler, maybe no more ticket. So when they go there, the second part of ticket, and that time you can cash it. So I was having a lot of money. So I by me, you know. But when we got on the plane, starting a lot of money, I'm really going with, you know, everything was fine, you know. That was how everything folded out.
Now, what happened to those 9 people?
9 people, okay.
To pledge allegiance to one that dropped the plantation.
I can say that either want to cool or want to pass away, or things love from rara, even I want to do wrong. I want metanu. They became pickpockets.
America.
Econ Ghanaian, econ Nigerian, and Jones, you know, they went through a lot of trouble, so they were all deported. Àwọn míì kú sọ́hùn. Nínú gbogbo ata lọ, mi rí a single one tí mo lè sọ lẹ́nu pé ọ̀rọ̀ mu fún anything. Gbogbo ata dúró. You know, I'm not kì í ṣe pé mo fi gbé ara mi ga. I believe my hard work my sense of this thing ló gbé mi dé ibi tó ń ṣe wáyé.
Ṣé kò sí èèyàn kankan nú àwọn tó dúró tó jẹ́ pé ó ya wèrè sọ?
At least 3 of them.
Ló ya wèrè sọ.
Wọ́n ya wèrè. Àwọn míì kú sọ̀hún. Àwọn míì wọ́n deport wọn pẹ̀lú mentality. Guitarist kan wà mẹ́ tó ya wèrè. Tó ń gbé Bible kiri, tó ń lọ from train to train, tó ń teach, tó ń preach fún àwọn Jew, àwọn onífìlà dúdú ẹ̀. Pé repent. Bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe pa Ọlọ́run ni, bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe pa Jesus ni, you know, and long is an offense to harass people on the train. So for me, I don't be Bible. Tó bá dé bẹ̀rẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ àwọn wọ́n máa fi train lẹ̀, wọ́n máa bọ́lẹ̀ fi lẹ̀. But he continues until they got him.
Okay.
Nígbà tí wọ́n mú, wọ́n ní they will release him if he can sign a statement pé òun ò ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ mọ́. But ó gbọ́dọ̀ ní witness kan, wọ́n ní ó fún wọn ní nọ́mbà mi. Wọ́n bá pè mí pé there's a guy here called ó change orúkọ ẹ̀, Kuti orúkọ ẹ̀. But ó change orúkọ ẹ̀ at Jimi Hendrix. Ó máa mú àwọn Jimi Hendrix. Ó then play just like him. He's a great guitar player. But guitarist, the way he played, that does not go with Fela's this thing. And he doesn't want to play Fela from morning till 9. So ó máa fi jára sí gbà yẹn, Fela máa ń wọ̀n ẹ̀ pé you can't do that. This is not your man, you know. But ó wá di ìjà láàrin wọn gan seriously. So pé ó ń preach fún Fela báyìí pé kí Fela change. Kó dàbí father ẹ̀, you know, your father was this and that. Fela ni, you know Bible, Bible told me, I know Bible pass you. Àwọn méjì argument wọn ń lọ, Fela wá sack ẹ̀. Then bó ṣe wá bọ́ sọ́wọ́ àwọn Jew yẹn wọ́n mú. Wọ́n máa pè mí pé kí wọ́n sign fún pé to release him. Only don't sign for me. I am like Jesus, you know, they are prosecuting me. Bí a ṣe wọ́n lock ẹ̀ ni. Lẹ́yìn yẹn báyìí, straight. Nigeria, what's love of Fela? Ó jẹ́ nonsense. Because you cannot leave Fela and go back to them. Another thing pé mo fẹ́ sọ ni pé tó bá fi Fela lẹ̀, gba credit money. Somebody else will take your credit. Even if you play in the album. And tó máa replace ẹ ní orúkọ ẹ̀ma ọ̀rẹ́ òun ló máa gba anything tó máa jáde.
Tó bá ti lọ.
You cannot leave the plantation. You know. So ti dẹrú ni ẹ ò lè kúrò ní kíní. Kò lè ṣe mi nìkan everybody.
So ó ṣẹlẹ̀ sẹ́yìn náà.
Ó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí mi náà.
Iṣẹ́ wo lẹ ṣe tí ẹ gba credit ẹ̀ tẹ́gùn sọ́nà ọ̀sán?
Okay, I record níbi kan ní New York, wọ́n pè ní SOS Sound on Sound, wọ́n pè bẹ́ẹ̀ ní Manhattan, 44th Street mo rántí dáadáa great studio acoustic by that time àwọn èèyàn ti sá lọ kò sí guitarist kankan mọ́ èmi àti bàbá kan wọ́n pè ní Moses Osage nìkan ló kù but he played only rhythm but so nígbà tá a record Fela say we should wait so lẹ́yìn yẹn ni mo overdub everything so there's some pansa US underground system àti àwọn orin kan báyìí ó tó mẹ́ta àbí mẹ́rin on that album nígbà tó máa jáde orúkọ ìlòmíì mo rí mẹ ẹni tí ò tẹ̀ travel rárá tí ò tẹ̀ so mo á bèèrè lọ́wọ́ àwọn èèyàn wọ́n ní bí wọ́n ṣe ń ṣe ni that's the way they do mo ní okay bí mo yàn ṣe bọ̀ otherwise lẹ́yìn bí àwọn ọmọ ẹ̀ make millions of dollars èmi náà at least máa gbà tèmi náà.
ṣáwọn tó ń gba royalty nù.
royalty
ṣáwà.
àwọn ọmọ nìkan ló ń gbà náà.
àwọn ọmọ nìkan.
mi rò pé àwọn yòókù ń gbà.
now ní most Nigerian bands.
Yeah.
family àwọn tó jẹ́ band leaders ló ń gba royalty. àwọn musicians tó bá àwọn bands ń ṣiṣẹ́ látòrí Haruna Ìṣọ̀lá Àyìnlá Ọmọwúrà mi ò rò pé àwọn tó bá wọn ṣiṣẹ́ yẹn gbà kankan but tí irú èmi bá sọ̀rọ̀ yẹn wọ́n á ní kí n gbẹ́nu sọ pé rubbish ni wọ́n sọ nítorí pé ṣáwọn ló ní band ni bójú tèmi fi wo ni pé ṣe báwọn náà ṣe ń bẹ̀ even tí gbogbo wọn bá tẹ̀ ti kú ó yẹ kí nǹkan kan díẹ̀ ṣe máa lọ sí.
okay nǹkan tí mo fẹ́ command yín fún yẹn you are doing a great job because kì í ṣe pé you are exposing anybody you are just creating an avenue so that àwọn èèyàn máa kọ́ ẹ̀kọ́ láti mọ how it works so that nǹkan tó ṣẹlẹ̀ sí most people wọ́n bá ṣẹlẹ̀ sí wọn èmi rí i pé that's what you are doing but you should expect criticism ó máa ṣẹlẹ̀ whether you like it or not you will be threatening people because a máa ń fi òótọ́ a máa ń bu òótọ́ mọ́lẹ̀ so that it will not come out but èéfín ni how to go smoke you cannot hold a smoke there lo perfume tí o sọ pé kó máa rùn sí ẹnì kan máa mọ̀ all those stuff is not a good thing at all bóyá by omission ni o àbí wọ́n ṣe deliberately ni o I don't know credit is very important even written last song because you never know when the album or the song is going to be used for movie worldwide some of my song even last year 2024 or FIFA was used Egble Maku today na today you can listen to it the title is called Today FIFA football game 2024 wọ́n lò orin mi wọ́n dẹ̀ fún mi ní owó tó dáa gan-an imagine pé mo bá Fela ṣe tí wọ́n pé orúkọ mi wà mẹ́rin wọ́n dẹ̀ lo music you know how much I'm getting it's a lot of money imagine pé wọ́n lo my dear all those things so KSA music tí wọ́n pé orúkọ mi wà mẹ́rin nísìnyí ṣá o but if they use it for something I'll get money as a matter of fact some lawyers are digging into things to make sure I get money for my credit worldwide.
Your lawyer?
Yeah, he's working right now. I got some money, but I'm waiting for everything to unfold. Ká ní wọ́n fi orúkọ mi síbẹ̀, mi ní rí owó yẹn gbà. So ó yẹ kí not only crediting kó jẹ́ by way of money, but it should be written because you never know where the song is going to make headway. So it's not a good thing because a lot of people died out of poverty. Àwọn míì àìsàn tí ò tó nǹkan ló mú balẹ̀ because wọ́n ní àìríkójọ. Ọ̀hún dẹ̀rẹ̀ tá a bá ń play owó kan wà insurance tí wọ́n máa ń filẹ̀ let's say pé òun make $1,000 a week tó bá ti retire at least wàá gba $300 to $400 or $500 pàpà for the rest of your life. Mo ṣe wà mí sí mo ní social security ni pé gbogbo iṣẹ́ tí mo ti ṣe rí owó yẹn government máa ń lò for business ó tún máa ń pọ̀ sí ni they give you money every 13th of month 13th tó kọ yẹn sí owó ti wọ̀ ní account mi I don't need to do anything mo lè dúró báyìí pé mi tẹ̀ fi ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́ owó yẹn àwọn ọ̀rẹ́ tí irú ẹ̀ bá wà àwọn musician tí bí wọ́n ní lè suffer bẹ́ẹ̀ because it is too much I have many of them calling me telling me what's happening but some of them kò tẹ̀ sí mọ́ wọn àti mọ̀ àti láyé mọ́ so tí ètò irú ìyẹn bá wà it will work tí o bá dẹ̀ sí with your program your kind of program you are doing now they should learn from it like pé there's something called future whereby you will be incapacitated you might be sick you may not be able to ṣe nǹkan tó So by now you will have money to enjoy. That's why one of the reasons why I like your program. It is at the Congo, at the help other people. I don't believe that you are doing something.
But the arguments of some other people,
yeah,
into being a band boys,
yeah,
or a band boy more. But when you are a band boy,
yeah,
it's easy for you to switch from this band to another band without blinking an eyelid, without beating an eyelid, and switching to another band. You moved from KSA to Fela to Shino. If you had stayed longer, maybe you would have moved to another band. And without even considering the previous band,
yeah,
yeah, we want to really our band leaders so will trust our musicians and so they give them what paltry song to have for.
Oh, that's the reason, right?
Yeah. So how do we reconcile that? See, giving or allowing band, allowing musicians at least to live a good life.
First is your entitlement. Iṣẹ́ tó bá ṣe lẹ́nu ọ̀run wọ̀ jẹ́. O lè ṣiṣẹ́ lẹ̀ pé wọ́n ti ń gbàjẹ́ ìjẹ lẹ́nu ẹ̀. Ètò yẹn ò dára kò tẹ̀ dá. So whether you left a band or you are leaving, ìyẹn ò ní nǹkan kan ṣe pẹ̀lú iṣẹ́ tó ṣe lẹ̀. You have to be compensated. Bóyá àtúnṣe wà pẹ̀lú program yìí or other things. I wish it work fine, but the way things work, kò sí future for anybody, any musician. Me mọ̀ nípa Davido.
Ó dà kó yàtọ̀ ní level.
Not only that, most of the managers who at the record abroad, so they do things automatically. Yeah. If I play with a band, multiple percentage right away. I don't need to know.
And there are contracts.
Contract. Exactly.
Contracts.
Exactly. Àwọn míì wà tí wọ́n kò sí contract rárá, but they use common sense. It's like the contract is there. Only that Kuti was signed, whether you like it or not. Every city, every state, money program, whether you sign or not, even if you over sign, they will do it for you. They know that automatically. You know, so kò ṣe pé no, they will just pay you from that money. They will not even ask the guy pé ṣé ká sanwó fún lágbájá. Àwọn mi wà tí mo gbà tó yẹ pé mi tẹ̀ sign contract. Wọ́n kàn lò for radios, different kinds, and they pay me without it. Mo máa kàn máa rí pé radio báyìí, Luxembourg, France, England, every month owó yẹn máa wá automatically, even though mi sign contract. So mo gba lawyer kan sin láti go deep into everything I've done, because at least money kéré ju 1,000 songs outside right there. So revenue, many of them will come to you automatically. But to back by lawyer, and when you dig, then they have the way to, it's going on right now.
Okay.
Yeah. So tí irú ètò ìbáriwá níbí or nígbà yẹn, by today, everybody has more down.
Now, do you think it's proper, or do you think it's when people leave Nigeria to America or to Europe, wọ́n fẹ́ dúró long, ṣé nǹkan tó normal because it still happens to today?
Mi tí rí nǹkan tó máa mú padà wá bẹ́ẹ̀. Anybody tó bá padà wá for first time tó ó mí pé ó ní ìyàwó, ó ní ọmọ, ó fẹ́ kò tí ready láti dúró, because at the back of his mind ó ní láti dúró because opportunities wà lọ́hùn ju báyìí. Opportunity lolú ẹ̀ ń dúró, òun ló jẹ́ kó ló ẹ̀ dúró náà.
So ó mí pé àwọn tí wọ́n kúrò Nigeria tó ń travel, I would blame wọn tó jẹ́ musicians.
Èmi tẹ́ máa encourage wọn kí wọ́n sá lọ. Ayé mo yẹ tí.
Encourage wọn kan sá lọ.
Mo tẹ jẹ́ so many people tí mo jẹ́ kó sá lọ. Mo ṣe deliberately. Ọ̀dọ̀ mi ni wọ́n dé 60 mo tí o ṣe ìjọba pín wọn sí. Mo ń sọ̀rọ̀ báyìí tẹ̀ in case tẹ̀ bá ń wù mí o.
Tẹ́ bá fẹ́ sá lọ.
Ẹ pè mí tẹ́ bá dán. Wàá sàṣà ni. At least wàá jẹun for a month. To find where. To jẹ́ ara church, má worry. Church will take over the next. It was that Sasha, you have to. Ma dúró, ma ṣe láì máa sá o. Èrè rẹsẹ̀ tó bá ti dé àti airport gan kò sá o tẹ̀ ní láti bá wọn ṣiṣẹ́ mọ́. Ìyá ẹ̀ tó bá ti fi àjẹ́ mi báyìí kí ló fẹ́ ràn ṣe lọ.
So kò sí future ní music Nigeria. ní level juju àti fuji.
Ẹni tó bá fẹ́ kí àwọn tó ń bá wọn ṣe kó máa sá lọ. First, think about the future. Ìyàwó àwọn ọmọ. Ṣé wọ́n kọ́lé? Ṣé wọ́n ní kí làwọn wá láyé yìí? Tí a bá ń gbàdúrà tí a bá ṣe àkọlé mọ́lé, à ń ṣe kìíní kan, àbí mo mọ́ rẹ̀. Gbogbo yẹn, it's the African dream. American dream is different though. If you cannot give them those things, jẹ́ kí wọ́n sá lọ. They will leave you. But sísá lọ yẹn is not a good word. Mo ti coin one word. Àwọn slave ń ṣiṣẹ́ ní plantation. Ẹni tó ní plantation ò fẹ́ kí wọ́n lọ náà. Kí wọ́n máa ṣiṣẹ́ kù ni. But ẹni tó bá sá lọ gba freedom, ó ti fi ilẹ̀ yẹn. So plantation ni ban ní Africa or Nigeria. Tẹ́ bá dọ̀hún as a slave, ẹ yọrùn.
Okay, is it the same way ní gbogbo bands ẹ ti travel around?
Yeah.
Ẹ wo Gambia, Senegal, àtàwọn ọ̀dà ṣé bákan náà ni?
Ó ń ṣẹlẹ̀ pẹ̀lú wọn, but it's not rampant kò dàbí tiwa mi rẹ̀. Mo many people tó play pẹ̀lú Yusuf Ndu, you know, àwọn míì dúró, àwọn míì padà, àwọn míì á tún pè wọ́n tún máa padà wá bá. But tiwa once tó bá ti fi wọ́n lẹ̀, ó lè padà, especially Fela's band, ó lè padà wá, wọ́n máa nà ẹni. Yeah, nígbà tí mo dé láti America, few months after ni, maybe 1 month or 2 months, wọ́n rò pé mo náà deport mi, ẹni kan rí mi lọ́nà, wọ́n ní wọ́n lọ sí China, wọ́n máa nà ẹ́ pa ni. Mo ní fọ kí ni? Ó fi bá nílẹ̀, wọ́n á tún padà wá, wọ́n máa nà ẹ́ pa. Mo ní so I can't leave. Mo kàn turn around that night, mo kàn padà sí hotel mi. Mo ní thank you for telling me. Later mo wá gbọ́ pé àwọn midday wọ́n nà wọ́n lọ́nà. So why? You know, when you preach that kind of thing, but that's the same thing you are doing, you know. So, I mean, that's why many people tell me, one man permission.
But they survive in America.
It was tough, but mo do pé church mo tin sùn.
Church like also.
So mo pé church rats, maybe you can probably I saw your candle. So a church, Celestial Church, Bronx Parish, one finish against my will.
Okay.
You know, and go to share nígbà tí a bá Fela play. The last show was at a place called SOB, Son of something of Brazil, Sound of Brazil. Nígbà tí a ṣe tán mo lọ bá Fela, he was getting ready to go to hotel. Mo bá wọn ní Fela. Thank you very much for bringing me here. Thank you. I have been very loyal to you. Only yes, you have been so loyal to me. Money but me by law. I'm not going back home. Not only because I make that much. I need capital to start my business near Allen Avenue because I was trying to have a store. I was surprised by what Fela told me. He said, only, you try. Yeah, he gave me $200. 200 méjì, brand new, but to buy Wasiko, I will give you more money. I'll give you more naira. Which is on here. I was so happy. You know.
So Fela released him.
Released me. In fact, he was showing candy. He gave me some of the candies, Papa. So we must have bole from the boss. Money can tell when you are too bad. So when I go the other side, I'm with me through the glass. Money, that's another side of him that I never seen before. Once of him, Victor, the bass player, money, you know, no, maybe. What you done, why? Could that is the other fella? Stop there. What do you want to tell me? You want to tell me, say, you two know I go. If you come here now, people will say, Sakwadani. What about me? He said me, you say, Megan, money. Say you go follow them. He say me, I don't go follow. I know they go. They don't know you long. You say more lost the church in. One day be pay phone, mark pay operator money. Celestial Church. Money there are many of them. Money anyone. They actually take me through. You I like what come back. Be I go. Money my name is Majek. I'm a guitarist. I know me so guitarist. I'm a member of Celestial. Moshe Deluini. Only it's about the Sunday, what's the church? Can you come? Money, I'm a guitarist, I play for Sonny Fela. Only, no. Money, SOBs. Only, he knows all the street because he was into also taxi driver. Even though we show ẹ dúró ibi tẹ́ wá mò ń bọ̀ agbé yín mo dúró títí ó ní kí n dúró lórí pay phone yẹn because they can call that pay phone because when I call him the number registered over there so I was like there people were coming putting money only bí wọ́n ṣe lọ bẹ́ẹ̀ mo kún gbọ́ only but only there's too much go slow traffic I cannot come go to Harlem everywhere know 125th Harlem ó wà ní New York ó máa mọ Harlem ó ní kí n pàdé òun níwájú Apollo Theatre ó ṣe dáhùn yẹn bó ṣe gbé mi sí mọ́tò ẹ̀ lọlé yẹn mo tún nílé ẹ̀ the next day the show was Saturday so Sunday early morning ó gbé mi wá. Victor no later ni Victor yeah mi mọ but ó gbọ́ pé mò ń pèsè lẹ that mean pé he may do the same bí mo ṣe lọ ni mo wọ train débi kan mo máa yẹn bá gbé mi délé mo wá délé báyìí high rise mo ń wo the whole of New York mo ní American dream ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ báyìí I'm not going back alàgbà máa introduce you sí church amara mọ́tò fún yín ẹ máa ṣe taxi ẹ máa yẹ kówó ẹ máa ṣe kíní ẹ máa send owó wọn máa fún yín salary àfi ń ṣe kọ́ ẹ mọ́ sà mo ní I was so naive mo believe I ṣe from one to five the next day a bá lọ sí church ní alágbálẹ̀ hàn kíní kan nígbà yẹn I was having evangelist kíní mo ṣe dìde nìyẹn. Money from now on you are the choir master of this church money just like that the choir was looking at me just like that the same day mi ìpadà lọ lémọ ó ní kí n máa sun church nílẹ̀ ẹlẹ́mẹ̀ẹ́ náà òtútù dẹ̀ mú gbà yẹn wọ́n á fún wa ní something we call comforter tàfi mú ọ̀rọ̀ mímọ́ in England they have a different name for it but it's heavy cloth that you can sleep ẹyọ ọkọ ni wọ́n fún mi. Enjoy when I left the plantation anyway I went with Moses he was with me all along so àwọn méjèèjì la lọ sí church so bí a ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí sun church and at the end of the church everybody just vanished I don't know the west south or north mark money àwọn family ma tún padà sí church but after 90 days gbogbo nǹkan tó ń promise mi rí social security number tí wọ́n fún kò sí driver license tí nothing wọ́n á lọ ṣe meeting pé ẹ má help lágbájá o tẹ bá help ẹ ó máa sá lọ kò ní dúró bímọ ẹnìkan wá pè mí tó ní that's the word they discuss o pé máa ń gbọ́kàn síbi o mo ṣe gbọ́ ẹ máa mo bẹ̀ sí ṣe kinní kan but at that time Majek ní show ni mo wá lọ sí show yẹn ibẹ̀ ni mo ti pàdé ọmọge òyìnbó kan wáyé tó ní àwọn fẹ́fẹ́ mi that's the beginning bí mo ṣe fẹ́ ni 3 years together ni mo fi gba gbogbo wé mi everything fine.
Ọ̀pọ̀ tẹ́ fi gbà wé.
Less than 2 years mo ti gbà wé on the 3rd year mo ti decision just like that everything was fast àti pé lawyer ni family wọn mọ nípa immigration ongoing professor ní University of New York so everything was fast for me within 3 years by wọ́n ti wá pa. Lẹ́yìn ẹ̀ la ní the divorce but it is a long time ago.
Church yẹn gan.
Lẹ́yìn tí mo pàdé obìnrin yẹn ó encourage mi pé kí n má máa sun church pé kí n move wá sí ọ̀dọ̀ ni bí mo ṣe move kúrò lọ́dọ̀ wọn ni but they were disappointed because I got them when they were trying to lie to me. Wọ́n á fẹ́ kí n lọ síwájú wọ́n sọ pé tí n bá lọ ní lọ síwájú bẹ́ẹ̀ ni wọ́n sí church.
Wọ́n ní ní church.
Wọ́n tẹ̀ ní mi bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn ni in fact mo gbọ́ pé eégún ni bàbá yẹn ẹnìkan discriminative behaviour something like that.
Now Kalita music báwo ló ṣe wá bẹ̀rẹ̀?
Kalita music yẹn mo pàdé ọ̀rẹ́ Fela kan tó wà very tó bá rí Fela wà á rí ṣáà ní abroad Ogugua lórúkọ ẹ̀. Very nice. Ogugua. Very. He knows Fela inside out. In fact, during tour, tó bá rí Fela wà á rí lẹ́gbẹ̀ẹ́ ṣáà ni. So, nígbà tó rí pé àṣà àkúrò plantation, ó ní they will think say na me say make una drop o. Mo ní make dem talk am. But no be me o because I don't know about it. Bó ṣe rí bàbá ó ní why don't you just form a band instead of so we form a band. With another guy called Kola Nut. So we call it Kola Nut Band. We played with him for some time. Then everybody went their own way. Because even though music lo more our song, to do music there at that time is not easy. You have to find a job. So we actually the security job. Everybody just took because you need money to send home. Money or more magic into law. So all those things are shibani more until more band combined. Anti-Ballas. They were playing Fela's music 100%. They were so good. Money, if these people can play like this, everything more lossy Karakuta University, money lati be mo shibe say go band million here. But you cannot have too many people in a band like Fela. You have to, it is difficult. So I do everything to car ani Akoya Afrobeat 13-piece, Zozo Afrobeat 13-piece. But this thing I'm with Super Yamba band with just 7 people. And for 6 years now, we've been going, no problem.
Super Yamba, ṣé ẹ̀yin lẹ ní àbí wọ́n pè yín sí?
Wọ́n form ara wọn.
Okay.
Music tí wọ́n ń gbọ́ láti kékeré lèmi náà ń gbọ́ kékeré.
Okay.
So wọ́n lọ sí studio, wọ́n ṣe instrumental ni engineer ni, do you know this guy called Kalita? Only time Majek, we don't know him, we know the name. Bó ṣe pè mí nìyẹn. Then one thing led to the other. Mo á bá wọn ṣe orin kan níjọ́ yẹn náà, but because they had 3 more hours, mo tún dúró wọn ṣe méjì míì, wọ́n á get 3 songs in one day, even though mi gbọ́ music wọn rí. Bí a ṣe bẹ̀rẹ̀ nìyẹn. Nígbà tó wá jáde, wọ́n fẹ́ go on tour, wọ́n wá pè mí pé you have to be, you help us. Mo ní okay, let's call this band Kalita and Super Yamba band. Bí a ṣe bọ́ sọ́nà nìyẹn. Up to today, we still touring. I need tour next month, Baba. That's why. End of July, I tún bẹ̀rẹ̀ more.
Kí ni style of music dem play?
I play old funk, like time Fela in the 70s.
Okay.
Polyrhythmo, anything funky like James Brown, with innovation from my background and their background. So it's a mix something. But I'm producer they arrange it. I don't need to release an instrumental. But it needs some song and we take it from them. Man. So it's a collaborative band. So that's why we are 50-50.
Okay, ẹ ṣé gan ni sir.
I think we have 2 hours.
Mi ní láti sọ pé kẹ́ advice àwọn anybody mọ̀ because ẹ ti sọ pé tó bá rí opportunity.
Your come out your neck. But hold it when you go. Don't leave it. Yeah.
All right, thank you, sir.
And if you need help to your, just call me. You can meet me because no.
Share social media platforms.
Yeah, kalitamusic.com. Kaleta music. Just one word. Kalita Music. Kaleta music.com. The body debe. Yoku. It's not a problem. Instagram, Kalita Music. Facebook, my real name, Leon Liga Majek. Or whatever they Google, Kalita or Leon Music, everything will come up.
Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you.